Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to set up TankSync when you receive a unit. So when you unbox it, you will get two units. One is the transmitter, which is this larger unit, and another is this receiver, which is this display based unit. So we'll take this receiver unit, and this has a USB type C in the back. We just need a type C power supply 5 volt and connect it. And once we do that, we see this boot animation, and you will see that it shows setup Wi-Fi, and it will show you the IP address where you have to visit. So once you see the screen, you have to just put it down, and then I'll just move this unit away. Grab your phone. On your phone, you have to go to the Wi-Fi settings, and there you will see that TankSync is visible. So you have to just tap on it. There's no password and it's connected. Once this is connected, you open the Chrome browser or any other browser that you use and just type one, and this is already displayed on the display. If you see, the display already mentions this IP address, so you just have to enter that and just press the enter key, and there you will see this page loaded. And here we have to go to the network, and inside network you will find this Wi-Fi settings. You have to just tap on scan networks, and this will scan the network and show you your local Wi-Fi network which is available. So for us it's top floor 2.4 gigahertz, and we'll just enter the password. Once we enter that, we just tap on save Wi-Fi, and once you do that, you will see that your device, the receiver, will restart and will show the new IP address which is assigned by your router. Now for us it's 192.168.0.15, so we'll just connect to our Wi-Fi, like home Wi-Fi. I'm already connected, so it all automatically switches back. We just go to 192.168.0, and in our case it's 15, so we'll just tap on that and it will just load. And from here you can add your tank. By the way, we send, as I said, we send the units paired already. If it is not paired, just in case, or you don't see that tank, it's very easy. So we just tap on the pair button and it starts a countdown timer. But on the transmitter, what we'll do is we'll just show this magnet to the reset. The LED starts blinking, if you can see, and then we hold it here and we leave it, and if you see this, yeah, it showed paired at 37 seconds. So this is paired now. Now if we go down, you see fresh water tank, and these are the details, like you can, and this is the sound which receiver plays, by the way, when it connects any new transmitter or any transmitter. If you even restart it and the first data it receives, it does sounds this tune. So that means that your device has sent data successfully. So if you see, this is scrolling. Now it will go back to the tank, and once you do that, you will start seeing your tank right there. Now you can edit it, you can delete it, you can rename it. If you tap on this, you will go to this device page. Here you have to just tap on edit, and you can edit all the information about your tank. So for example, if you want to rename it, you can rename it to anything. By default the name comes as tank 1, tank 2, but you can rename it to anything. The capacity, you can edit it in liters. Then you can also choose the sensor. We have given this option, so if you want to build it yourself, you can use this liquid level sensor. This is experimental, so you'll have to figure out a few things like the casing, the enclosure and all of that. So currently we are using ultrasonic sensor. We'll use keep current, and then you have the distance. You have distance when empty, distance when full, and sleep interval. Now these are all default settings. You can change these. Sensor sample, we are taking 9 samples. To all of you who are like commenting down below on the videos like condensation is a issue and that will give you wrong readings, by the way, we have already overcame that issue and we have fixed that permanently, and that is fixed by the combination of firmware and the sensor hood designing. So we have solved it completely. There is no challenge or no more wrong readings or like false readings. So I'll just show you in the app. So I'll load the PWA where I've already logged in and connected my tank. So you can see this normal tank, this is running for a while and this is installed in my tank. So I'll just tap on this and we see all the details about it. So this is the voltage of the battery and this was 79 something in the morning. Right now it's 86%. So this is the water level, by the way. So these are the details of power. So battery related plus 4% we have gained in last 2 hours. So here we have the history graph. If you look at the graph, you will see that how smooth this graph is. You know, just look at this. This is fluctuating between 49 and 50%. We say plus minus 3-4 centimeters is something that is going to be there, but that is negligible. Through the firmware modification and logics, we have fixed this permanently. So if I show you the 6 hour, this is the morning time when we started filling up our tank. This filled up to 81% and then we started using this. And as you can see, this is the water usage and the graph is properly going down. So there are no like spikes or errors like that and there are no false triggers. By the way, we have already implemented the switch thing. So you can see this main water pump. This is the smart switch that we have built for this, and if you tap on this, you can edit the name, and if you tap on the card, you will see this UI of the switch. So you can turn on or turn off the pump. It also detects over temperature, it has overload protection, it has surge protection. So all of those protections are there. So while you can turn on and turn off manually through this switch, through this button, you can also do the automations. So if I click on resume automatic, automation resumed. And what is the automation? This is the automation. This is the pump rule. So you can set up when to start the pump. When 20% tank level, you start the pump. When to stop the pump, 95%, 80%, you can set up that value. Maximum run time. Now you can define this. So if I say my motor, I want to run my motor for like 20 minutes continuously and then I want to give it a rest of like 5 minutes, I can do that. So I can set it up 45 minutes. I want it to take a break of 5 minutes and then again run for it until the tank reaches to that particular level. We can define the data source, I mean whichever tank this pump is connected to, we can just choose that and save the rule. Once you do that, this is saved and now this will work automatically. You don't have to worry about anything. These are the switch settings. So you can define the voltage, whatever voltage that you get at your location, 220, 230, it varies. Then overcharge, over current trip. So this is the maximum current that you want it to draw. By default, we have defined it 10 amperes and this is what we recommend. Although the switch can survive loads up to 20 amps or something at 220 volt, but we recommend that you keep it to 10 amp. 10 amp is like you can run a pump of 2.2 kilowatts. This is the dry run flow. So when the motor is running, it's pulling up that water. So there's a load. It takes a certain amperage when it's pushing the water. Now if there is no water, for example, it's going to run freely. So there will be lesser load, I mean lesser current. You can define that current, that you can run your motor dry, see what it is drawing, and you will see that at the top. If I minimize this, you will see that current drawn here. This is the value that you have to put here when the motor is running dry. So it will automatically detect when your motor or pump is running dry and it will switch it off. So this is a smart way of protecting your pump and protecting it from running dry for a long hours. On the firmware level side, we have fixed everything. On hardware level, there are few fixes that we are doing. So once those are fixed, we are going to show you the live demo of that as well. So this was just, I wanted to show you a quick teaser, and these are the notifications running, and we also get home assistant notification. And let me show you one thing. So let me ask Alexa, Alexa, पानी कितना बचा है?
Okay. The main water tank is 61% full, about 1,220 liters. Looking good.
This is English. Now it will say in
61% भरी है, करीब 1220 लीटर। सब ठीक है।
And that's the exact data which is like displayed right now on the screen. So you can basically, this is done, it told you 1220, that's what here it is. So this is all done through Home Assistant. So if you have Home Assistant, you can achieve a lot more. So we get alerts from Alexa in real time. So for example, from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. we get these alerts from Alexa. It's not like continuously, there's a cool down period, so it will tell you water level at certain levels. For example, when tank is full at 90%, at 75, at 50%, at 30, 25%. So it will tell you through the announcements in both Hindi and English, or whatever local language you want to, listen those. So this is for my parents, for my mom and dad, and just to make it easier for them to check the tank level without even looking at the display screen. Next, I'm going to show you how to connect this to the cloud account. So all of you who are purchasing this directly from our store, you get the pro subscription completely free for the life. And for the people who are building by themselves, they can add up to 1 receiver and 2 tanks completely free for lifetime, and you will get the same experience as the pro users but with limited tanks. So if I go to the cloud, you will see this QR code and also this device ID. This is unique to every device, and what you have to do is first go to tanksync.smartghar.org, and there I've already logged in, so I'll just quickly log out, sign out, and here you will see this sign up form. Just tap on don't have an account, create one, enter your details, fill it up and create account. This will send an OTP to your email account, and that OTP you have to enter here just to verify your email ID. Once that is done, you can just sign in, and this is how you sign in. And once you sign in, you can just save your password if you want to, and you will see this screen. Since I've already added one hub, I'll add this new hub. So I'll just tap on this, add a hub, and then here you don't have to set up a new hub because you have already done the Wi-Fi pairing and all. So you just tap on I already have hub on my network, and here you can enter the details which are just shown here, or you can scan the QR code. So to scan the QR code, you just tap on this scan QR, allow access, and it was just looking at the QR code, so it just went ahead and we are ready to link. So this automatically picks up the hub details, and you'll see that this shows unlinked, right? This shows unlinked, unclaimed, not yet linked. So once we just tap on this link the hub, and once you do that, you will see that hub AC27. This is like a name which is assigned to it by default automatically. You can rename it anytime by going into the settings, and here you can edit the details of this tank. You will see this new hub is already here, and we can start pairing the tanks, and those will start appearing here. Now you can also add this app and use it like any other app on your phone. To do that, you have to just tap on this share, go down and tap on add to home screen, and just tap on add, and this will be added. Once this is added, you just have to tap on it, then log in with your account, and once you logged in, you will stay logged in. And here you have to go to the settings. You can also invite your family. For example, if you want to share the data or the tank levels with anyone in your family, you just enter their email and choose whether you want them to only view the data, view the tank levels, or also control the switch and also be able to modify the tank details. So you can choose that and just share. Here is the notification. So if you want to receive real-time notifications, and this app is to access your tank data and tank levels from anywhere in the world. You can access your tank levels over the phone network. So, and also you can receive these notifications which are coming here. So you just go to settings, and in notification you just turn it on, and it will show you this. If you want to allow this notification, just tap on allow, and from now onwards, whenever there's a problem or there's any alert, you will receive it. So you don't need Home Assistant here. you'll directly receive these alerts on your phone and you don't need any home automation software. So this is like completely integrated ecosystem with smart switch, which is in making, and we'll soon release this, and then you will have local automation set up with the pump and the monitoring system, and they will work together. And this is going to work for not only for people who own their houses or have rooftop tanks, but also for the people who live in high rises, towers. So they have like overhead tanks, they have underground tanks. So we have designed units for underground tanks also, and units for tanks which do not have direct sunlight. So they will need continuous power, so any power supply nearby is good to have. But if there is no power supply, you can still run it for like months without charging. So you just deploy it and it will work 24/7 for like months, like 6 months or a year, based on how frequently you want that data or the sleep cycle to work. And once it drops to like 20% or something, you will start getting alerts. By the way, you can also track the battery status and all of that in real time. So this is the battery level. So this morning, if I see last 6 hours, it was 79% and it has risen to 86%. So this is how quickly this charges, and the time is 12 o'clock, just entire day is left. It's summer, so we get ample sunlight and this stays charged, and we can have data for like every minute. Still we'll be not able to consume all of the battery. So this is very efficient, and this is, by the way, running on firmware power saving mode. On the device that we have revised has MOSFETs, so that controls power supply directly to the sensors. It just completely cuts off, so the current usage drops to microamps, and that makes it work for like years without charge. So that's what we are building, the version for underground and for the shaded tanks, so that you can have this installed and get readings for like every minute or every 5 minutes without having to worry about charging it again and again every week or every month. And plus you get all the alerts. So this is the ecosystem that we have built, and these units are, by the way, already on sale. The new unit that I have built is this transmitter unit. So if you look at this, this is the new TankSync unit that we built. This features a TFT round display. So if I connect this, you'll see that this boots like this. It also has a boot animation, and there are no tanks assigned yet. So this is showing no tanks yet, but once tanks are assigned, the UI changes to something like this, which we have already showed you as a teaser video. So a lot of videos will come up about the TankSync. If you want a particular video about TankSync, and also we'll be updating you on all the new releases about TankSync and also the smart switch, and we have a few more projects in the pipeline that I am sure you will be interested in, and these are all going to be local first, private and open source. All we want is your support, so like, subscribe, share as much as possible, so that it reaches to the right audience and we get ample support to continue this development for Indian homes. If you want to stay updated, make sure you follow us on Instagram at instagram.com/smartgharlabs, or you can follow us on YouTube at youtube.com/ravi.s1ngh. So that is like coming up on the screen, so you can just follow us on YouTube and keep supporting the local first private smart home devices that are built in India for the Indian homes. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.